let me explain the question. What he's saying is, does the law allow for the two signs to be combined into one? And the answer is no.
Okay.
The law does specify that you have to have a separate sign for concealed and a separate sign for open.
Okay. I just wanted
And
to
also I think this
get
is
that
important.
clarification.
This
That's
is
a good
important.
question.
It's a great question. The signs are not just so that the property owner has followed the law. The sign is really for notice to the people who would otherwise be carrying. And so that's why when the law says you have to have it at the entrance of the premises, that's not just to make sure that you're okay, it's to make sure that people who walk in know what your intentions are. And so that also means that you can't just have one sign hidden. Let's say you've got 3 entrances in the front that everyone uses. You can't just have one sign and say, well, I did it. You have to have a sign at every entrance that people use because they need notice. I hope that's clear.
Yes.
All right.
Eugenio, go ahead.
Yes, my concern is the community here in the Neighborhood Hope area, and there's a lot of transients and stuff. Now, the police are very specific, don't call for just anything, you need to make sure that something's happening. But now, since that time, it's been a nuisance, period, a nuisance to the community. It doesn't matter how many walks they do and all this, it's still a nuisance. Sadly, some of the people did get armed themselves, it's their right, the community did. Now, the problem is, now you have transients, and I'm glad the chief said that they can stop and ask people, hey, do you have a license? Which is, did I understand correctly?
No, I think they can ask under certain situations.
Oh, okay.
We're not just gonna walk up and say, hey, you're carrying a gun, let me see your license.
Okay.
There's gotta be a reason why we're stopping the person.
So these transients are there, I mean, they have a right to walk the sidewalk. But we're getting people from other parts of the country that we're not used to. For the first time that I traveled, that I went to visit the Riverwalk, I was stopped by very, very aggressive panhandlers. I don't know if you need undercover police officers to walk and act as tourists or what, but it's a very different type of homeless people that are coming into our area. It's not the same folks that, you give them a nickel, they go away or whatever. It's very different. So, is there anything in place where y'all could sit down with the real folks? Not those that are making money off of it, but just the regular folks that live there, and ask them, how can we really help you? Because it's getting way out of hand. And I'm not an officer, people call me and say, well, what can I do?
We know each other, and with all due respect, let's talk about that separately. Let's keep it about the open carry law, just so we can, if you don't mind, with all due respect. This gentleman in the beige has had his hand up for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you, sir?
Well, there's 4 instances under Texas Penal Code where you're legally allowed to carry a weapon without a license. Do either one of those signs affect their right to carry?
No. Are you talking about when you're classified as a traveler?
Traveler?
Okay, so you do not have to have, you're asking about being a traveler. Under the old law, you had to be a bona fide traveler, meaning that you had to be traveling from county to county, and you could not have your weapon within your person. Well, then why carry a weapon, right? It's just ridiculous, carry a hammer. So, but the laws changed about, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. You are a traveler if there's no legal reason why you shouldn't have a gun, meaning you're not a convicted felon, you're not a member of a gang, and you're not committing an offense other than a Class C misdemeanor, and you have it concealed. You are considered a traveler. Under the traveler law, we'll call it that for just simple terms, you can carry a weapon from your home to your primary car, drive around with it concealed. You don't have to have a license for this. Go from your car to your place of business if your business allows it, or your employer, or if you're the owner. Take it back to your car, and then take it back to your home. You're considered a traveler. So there's not 4 instances, there's 4 requirements that you have to get before you can be considered a traveler.
You can legally carry with no license, open carry or long gun. You can legally carry a light powder pistol.
That's correct.
And you can also legally carry your weapon when you're returning from a legal activity with that weapon. So you can have an instant stop to say get gas, grab lunch.
Absolutely. But then you'd be a traveler, right? Under especially that last situation, but you'd be a traveler. But yes, about the long rifle, you're correct, sir. That is correct.
So those signs wouldn't apply, right?
These apply to a private business that doesn't
Only
want you to,
licensed.
that doesn't want to bring your gun. They don't want your gun. Now, let's say that you don't have a license. You can't carry your gun into a private business, even if they don't have a license. If let's say that Diego owns ABC Cleaning, and I don't have now, and after January, it's not going to be a CHO license anymore. It's going to be a license to carry, just a general license to carry. It covers both open and concealed. And I do not have a license to carry. I am not a traveler if I take my weapon from my car that I took from my house and go into ABC Cleaners. I go outside of the scope of being a traveler anymore. So you're unlawfully carrying of a weapon.
Sir, it's a blacktop, right?
No, that's a whole different, that's a whole different.
Sir, in the back.
The sign isn't a blacktop.
Correct.
Chief McManus, a number of communities have been posting either online videos or slideshow type presentations with much the same information as you were just providing and some specific guidelines such as you have trained your call takers on as to when a citizen should call. Will San Antonio be posting similar information to try and reach as many people as possible?
We're not telling citizens when they should call. We're telling dispatchers how they should, what questions they should ask if anyone calls. So I just want to get that straight.
Okay, well, their presentations online are essentially giving the citizens the same information